first of all, it's just like many friends of mine have tried to convince me to get involved in Bitcoin for a long time, like from where it first just popped, it popped out there. And a friend of my bully, he actually had Bitcoin cake, a cake that was like had a big sort of Bitcoin symbol on it, and he fed me a slice of Bitcoin cake in 2013. So, I mean, clearly, I should have at least bought some Bitcoin 8 years ago. Like, what more do people need to do? Like, Jesus, talk about being late. Talk about being late to the party. So I was a little slow on the uptake there. My apologies. But I think about it a fair bit. But I do at this point think Bitcoin is a good thing. So I am a supporter of Bitcoin. Like I said, I'm late to the party, but I'm a supporter of Bitcoin. And I think Bitcoin is really on the verge of getting broad acceptance by sort of the conventional finance people. So yeah, I think so. I don't have a strong opinion on other cryptocurrencies. I mean, occasionally I make jokes about Dogecoin, but they are really just meant to be jokes. But Dogecoin was made as a joke to make fun of cryptocurrencies, obviously. But fate loves irony, and often, as a friend of mine says, the most ironic outcome is most likely, or as I like to say, the most entertaining outcome is often most likely, and arguably the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.
And there it is. That's what we have from Elon Musk. That was a goodie from a couple of years ago. Elon talking about cryptocurrency and Dogecoin. Wouldn't that be funny if it became the currency of Earth? Wouldn't that be funny? So, with the support like that, that's why a lot of us are here. We think that Elon is going to be incorporating Dogecoin into the X Twitter platform for his payments, and a lot of continuing talk about that as we are waiting in anticipation for that. But that means, since that isn't happening now, there's probably not going to be any news in the short term. Doge is just going to kind of trade with the overall crypto market, and it's not going to go on big spikes on its own unless we get some news. So we just have to wait. I don't know, some people are down and they're just saying, oh, Dogecoin is trash and Dogecoin isn't moving. We're getting real big moves happening with Solana and Algorand and a bunch of others. Doge will have its day. That's what I say. Doge will have its day, and there will be a day when it takes off, and you don't know when that is. So if you want to do some swing trading with it, or something like that, go ahead. Trying to time the markets right now is really tough. Again, a lot more liquidations happening with leveraged longs and shorts just going every day. Every day, millions of dollars are being lost by traders who think they are better than the markets. And with crypto, I don't know. Every once in a while, I read a post and hear from someone who made a bunch of money on some leveraged long. Well, how often do they actually post all the losses too? Because it's like going to the casino, right? Over a long period of time, you're most likely going to lose. You're going to lose. So that's why I don't recommend it. Again, not a financial advisor. I tell you what I'm doing. And right now, where the markets are, I am not swing trading. And I am definitely not shorting. And I'm not doing leveraged long trades as well. I am continuing to accumulate. Yes, bought some more Doge yesterday. And we'll see where it goes. So how's everybody doing today? I'm excited about this move back up that we have. Here's Dogecoin back over 7.5 cents. So that's what I was talking about yesterday, is like get back out of the low sevens, come back up. We feel more confident about the price. And there's a lot of buying going on too. A lot of big buying going on with Doge, which is what Doge needs to make a move like this, is big buying. And we continue to have high volume. If I go out to the daily chart here on Doge, we see again, low volume from the end of August all the way through September, through the first like 2/3 of October. And then we have this big volume of trading here. And with this big volume, that's generally pretty good for Doge. That's what Doge needs. And so for this to continue, we not only need to have continuation of bull market crypto across the crypto market, because that's what a lot of this is based on, but also we need some good news for Doge too. So come on, let's hear that good news. We need that good news for Doge. So that's what we're looking at right here. Mars says Doge. Mike is in the building. Good to see you, Mike. I don't know what Paxo is there. Curtis, back to 8.2 cents. I would love that. Again, this is this orange line up here on the daily that we did hit on Saturday, came right up to 8.2. So that is strong, strong resistance there, and traded right back down. So that 8.2 cent line still, that orange line is going to be there until we eclipse it. Once we get past it, hopefully it'll back test it, become support, and we move on up to 8.5, 8.7, and on up to 9 cents. That would be a great move for Dogecoin. Again, Dogecoin only up 3.8%. I mean, 3.8% is generally pretty good for a day's worth of trading, but Bitcoin is 5.5%. And Solana just crazy, up to $64, 13% gain. Solana just continues to move up. But there are other gainers, big gainers as well, and we'll get into those. So, but that's what's happening with Doge. Hey, Jason, what's up? Mars is cooking dinner. Hope it's something good. Hope it's something good. And Phil says, stack them up. Yep, just keep stacking. Again, other cryptos have made big moves, and there's no problem with, layering in on some of those, because you don't know if those moves will continue or whether they get overbought and come back down. Sometimes that happens. But overall, when you look and you zoom out and you look at this overall market and where it's been, where is it going once we hit the real bull market? Because this is kind of like pre-bull is where we are right now, is pre-bull. Like I'll look at Solana, for instance, right? And this big move for Solana, right? Big move, which is great, right? Huge move from $20 up over $60, right? So that's a 3x right there. Month to date, that's or from beginning of October to now. So that's like a month and a half, which is great. But you zoom out, you go to the weekly, and you say, well, look where Solana used to be, up over here, over $200, right? And this is what we're talking about. So to layer in to a move like this, if you're expecting a price up here, that's not a bad move, layering in. Again, when you look at that, you're like, okay, Solana just made this huge move, right? What is the percentage between where Solana is now and where your price target is, right? Where is that? What's that level there? And then you look at something like Doge, which hasn't made its move yet. It's still way down here, right? So when Doge eventually makes its move, right? Because it didn't just make a 3x, right? Otherwise, we'd be seeing 20-cent Dogecoin, and that hasn't happened. So we're waiting. As Phil says, a sleeping giant. That's it. That's it. Because again, my first target is 35 cents here, and that's a 5x. Still a little under a 5x. Now we're back over 7.5 cents. But yes, that's what we're looking at. And no, someone left a comment saying, I forget exactly what the comment was, but it was like, I'm not selling all my Dogecoin at 35 cents. I said like 5 or 10%, right? I'm going to skim a little bit, enjoy some of that profit. right? And this is actually going back to my Dogecoin that I bought back at 2 cents. So that's the first Dogecoin, right, that gets taken off, is first in, right, first out. So when I sell Dogecoin, I had 400,000 Dogecoin that I bought in January of 2021 at 2 cents, right? So if I sold 400,000 Dogecoin, right, it would be based on that 2 cents. And I would be considering that again. This is my plan, right? You have your plan, right? Whatever your plan is, this is my plan. My plan is that 2025 is going to be the real bull market in crypto, if you believe in these 4-year cycles. So 2025, and that's when all of these cryptos are just going to go crazy. Again, might not happen, but if you believe in the 4-year cycles and you're looking at Dogecoin going up even higher, right up to 70 cents or even higher, you're looking at Solana, right, going up into the 200s. And that's only where it was, right? We don't know where it's going to go because Bitcoin is already at 37K. Its all-time high is 69. So it's already over halfway to its all-time high. So if Bitcoin goes up to 200 or 300K, what are the altcoins going to do? So what I'm doing is I don't want to save all of my profits for 2025. I will get killed on taxes. I'll get killed. Plus, there's always some uncertainty in the future. Nothing's guaranteed. You don't know Bitcoin's going to go to 100K or 200K. You don't know. So I want to take some profit in 2024. And I'm hoping it's at 35 cents. That would be great. Doge at 35 cents, right? And then in 2025, it can double again to 70 cents and move on up to $1. That would be awesome. And for me, it's all long-term capital gains. Again, my first Doge I bought in 2021, so it's over a year. So whatever I sell is not going to be that short-term capital gains tax. Again, this is in the United States. Short-term capital gains is a much higher rate. So I'm going to make sure I'm holding for at least a year before I sell anything at this point. So I'm just holding right now. I don't want to pay that short-term capital gains tax. And that's just how it is on crypto. So that's where we are to kick it off today. We'll get into some of the news in a minute. Let me see what else is going on here. Mars is making homemade chicken noodle soup. All right. Jason says building data centers, Northern Virginia. Hard to believe crypto will not grow exponentially. Future is bright. Absolutely. Crypto Burger, Dogecoin, the meme that started it all. Sheeb, the meme that brings, NFTs, Shibarium. We'll talk about Sheeb in just a little bit because Sheeb is another one that's also a sleeping giant. It's waiting. It's waiting. Sheeb is going to go on some kind of crazy run. We don't know if it's 2024, 2025. Most likely it's going to go on a big run, though, because we know that's what it can do. So both Doge and Sheeb have been outperformed by most other, major cryptos. But you know what happens, right? You wait. Ryan says 2024, that's going to be the big move. Could be. If Elon says he's going to have X Twitter payments in the fall of 2024 and roll them out, and if Doge is part of it, yeah, Ryan, 2024 is just, it'll be crazy for Dogecoin. So just be a little patient. So that's funny, Curtis. Mars had homemade chicken noodle, planning on reheating leftovers tonight. Chicken noodle soup is the Doge way. We got a lot of chicken noodle soup in the chat today. Chicken noodle soup. All right. Which is funny because look at It's All Risky yesterday posted this on X Twitter. It's like, keep stacking dog money. Them, I need to buy the new iPhone 15 Pro. Me, my t-shirt is still fine. I need to accumulate more Doge. That's us, right? That is us. We're eating chicken noodle soup instead of having, big steaks and other things because why? We're accumulating Doge, right? We're just accumulating Doge. So don't waste your money on, fancy $100 meals, right? Eat your chicken noodle soup. And the extra money you got, again, not financial advice, but like I said, I bought more Doge yesterday. So keep accumulating. That's what we're doing. The Bitcoiners say stacking sats. We're stacking Doge. We're stacking Doge. That's what we're doing. I just thought that was funny. I had to show you guys that. So what's going on with Dogecoin? Dogecoin bull sees control, 750 million Doge orders. What's the next price target? So despite the 10% tumble that we just had, Dogecoin trading activity remains high, indicating sustained demand among traders. Bullish Doge traders dominate the spot markets with 750 million orders, exceeding the bearish orders by 48 million Doge. So what happens? You get more buyers than sellers, price goes up, right? Price goes up. And here's the chart right here, the number of transactions for Doge. Back in August, there was a lot of transactions. Unfortunately, a part of that was on the downside, right? Because we had the price go down. But look, through September and most of October, Doge transactions were just not there. That was a long couple months. And now we're seeing those transactions tick up. On-chain transactions are happening. Increase in transaction count. It's an indicator that the underlying coin continues to attract steady demand. So that's what we're looking at here, is Doge transactions and Doge trading volume is going up. So can Dogecoin traders spark another rally this week? That's what we're talking about here. Are you ready for a Dogecoin rally this week? We've already had Solana pop off. We'd have Avalanche pop off. We had Polygon, Matic pop off, right? And we had some others. Yearn Finance that I'm in, right, was telling you guys about. It popped off today. Just crazy trading on Yearn Finance. I don't know if any of you guys have any Yearn. I mean, they're expensive. They're over 10 grand for a Yearn Finance token, but here we are up to 11.6 now. This is what Yearn Finance has been doing. Just up. Here it was back on November 6th. You could have bought Yearn Finance for $5,700 and it has doubled. It's doubled in price. And that's just a week of trading. 100x. So crazy. 11,674. So this is getting into like Bitcoin price territory, right? For Yearn Finance, because there's not a lot of these tokens out there. I forget what the total count is, but I was like, yeah, I'm getting some of this. So again, I have a diversified portfolio that is mostly Dogecoin, but I don't like to just sit there with just Dogecoin when you got a lot of these other projects taking off. So it's good to be in a Chainlink or a Render or a Sheeb. Now Sheeb is sleeping as well, just like Doge, and Sheeb will have its day and it'll take off. And I've got Sheeb this time because we know what happened last time, right? A lot of us were just watching it like go off. And we didn't have any Sheeb, right? Because Sheeb was supposed to be the Doge killer, right? Now I'm just in it for the money. I did buy some Sheeb tokens and they're just sitting there waiting for Sheeb to take off. And I will sell all of the Sheeb at some point in profit, right? And I'll roll it into Doge or Bitcoin or something else. Only in it for the profit. You guys. Mars, see what you've done with this chicken noodle soup thing. You guys are funny. So that's the theme of the day, right? Chicken noodle soup. Okay. Your Voices says, will you sell 100% Dogecoin at 80 cents? And the answer is no. I will never sell 100% of my Dogecoin. I don't know what percentage it's going to end up being, where I'm going to enjoy some profits this time. Maybe, throw it into some real estate or something else, because we don't know what's going to happen after 2025. If we go into 2026 and 2027 and there's another big bear market, crypto prices will go down, and then I'll buy back in, right, at the end of 2027, right, into 2028. 4-year cycles again, if they continue. There are some saying, well, there's going to be some big super cycle next time, right? Because of the ETFs and the institutions coming into Bitcoin and ETH, possibly other cryptos, who knows, that we might not have a real deep bear market ever again. Don't know, but I'm going to be buying, or I'm going to be selling some Dogecoin. Do not know how much at this time. I guess a lot happens, what happens to its price, but I will always have Dogecoin. I use it to buy things. Again, as I was saying the other day, when I was talking about the price of money, right? I was using the dollar bill as an example, right? This dollar bill continues to deflate every year. You can buy less and less with this dollar, right? Every year, less and less. But Doge, right? If the price of Doge keeps going up, then you can buy more and more. So Dogecoin at 2 cents, right? That's where you bought it at. But then you buy something, right, when Dogecoin is at 10 cents, right? That's a 5x. And you pay some tax, right, on the profit between you bought it at 2 cents and you spent it at 10 cents. So you have to pay some capital gains tax on that. But it went a 5x, 500%. And so you take off like 25% off that. You still made a 475% profit. That means that whatever you bought when Doge was at 10 cents was dirt cheap overall, because what you used as currency to buy it, you bought at a low price. So that's what I'm saying. That's what you've got. So, all right. Jason says, once I get to 1 million Doge, I'll start diversifying. It's amazing how much you learn about cryptocurrency when you actually buy other cryptos that are in other projects. I've learned more by buying into Chainlink than I would have learned if I just heard other people talking about it and I didn't go in and read about it and understand it. Because I told you guys, I think Chainlink was down at like number 20 or 18 in total market cap. And I said, this was last summer, I said, Chainlink is going to be a top 10 cryptocurrency. I did my research. I bought my Chainlink. And now Chainlink is up to number 11. It just passed Matic. Up to number 11 now. That's how close I am to my prediction here. All it needs to do is beat Tron. It's close. And then Chainlink is a top 10 cryptocurrency, as I predicted this summer. So I don't know if any of you guys bought Chainlink, but I bought mine. And my Chainlink that I bought was like between $5 and $6, and now it's 15. So that was a good move. But that's what I do, is I diversify and I learn more about cryptocurrencies and what other things are doing. So, wage inflation run. Yeah, there is some of that, comparing cryptocurrency prices to the dollar, like we typically do, right? This price is in dollars, right? 7.5 cents, right? That 7.5 cents deflates over time. So comparing it to the same dollar, right? It does deflate a little bit there, right? Or whatever, 5 to 8% or whatever the yearly inflation rate is. So yes, there is some of that. But as long as you're making more than 8% a year on your cryptocurrency, and we look at 8% like for a week to be a bad week, right? Not a year. We're expecting much greater gains than that. A lot of you guys talking about how much Doge you own. That's awesome. Again, the number of Doge is going to be different for every person. Everybody comes from a different financial place, right? Again, only invest what you're willing to risk because you don't know what's going to happen to cryptocurrencies. We kind of think we know what's going to happen, but we don't know for sure. So it's always risky. But if one person has 100,000 Doge, another person has 1,000,000 Doge, could be coming from totally different financial perspectives in what you in what you have available to put into crypto. So don't worry about it if you don't have as much as somebody else. You have what you think is good for you. So that's what I recommend. Vamp says, I would be mad if I have to pay 50% to my gov after all these stress nights during the bear period. Yeah. Well, in December, we're going to be talking about taxes. And every year I do my famous tax live stream, and a lot of people show up. A lot of people show up for that because everyone has questions about taxes. And it's good to have that discussion. I typically have it in December. It doesn't do any good to have that discussion in March or April because the year's already done. You need to do your end of year tax planning. So that ends on December 31st. And in the United States, you got to think about capital gains tax. You've got to look at losses versus gains. And because there isn't any, again, this year, there's no wash trading rules. You could sell some crypto on December 31st and rebuy it back on January 1st. If you want to play a little bit of a tax game, again, depending on where you are and this year versus where you might be next year, you might be thinking about that. So we're going to do that in December. We'll have a big tax live stream. Again, most people don't like to talk about taxes, like, taxes, right? I want to talk about taxes, but taxes are real. It's a real thing. And if you bought cryptocurrency, then you got to keep track of your purchases. You got to keep track of your sales, because when you're doing your capital gains, adding it up, you got to have a record of all of that. Some exchanges keep those records for you and give you the 1099 or whatever form it is, right? But not all of them do. So I keep track of all of my purchases on a spreadsheet. Yes, spreadsheet, right? Who wants to do spreadsheets? But yep, I do it on a spreadsheet. I keep track of it all. I got the date, how many I bought, at what price for all my purchases and all my sales. That's what I do. So, how high can Doge go this cycle? We've talked about that a number of times. Probably we'll cover that again another time. Right now we're talking about this week. Right? Let's get through this week, and then we'll get to next year as we get closer into December as well. We start making 2024 predictions, see what else is going on in the news and all of that. But Doge to $1 is a real thing, and that's going to be talked about a lot again. But right now, we're just trying to stay above 7 cents. 7.5 cents is where we are now. This dip that we had back here, yesterday, hey, some of you bought some crypto down here. I did. I had first bought at 7.49, and then I bought again at about 7.12, I think it was, somewhere down here. I didn't think it was going to dip below 7, but it did. It's real hard, especially on this wick right down here, right, to get it right down at like 695. That's hard to do when it happens real fast. Like this is a 15-minute chart, and it wicks down and right back up. If you have a limit order set, it might fill that limit order. Again, it depends on what platform you're trading on, but that can happen. But I bought some up here. I feel good about that, especially now with Doge back up here, 757, still moving up. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Hey, Toss, how are you? Yep. In the green. Green is good. Did you guys see the Kriss Pax portfolio? Here's the Kriss Pax portfolio up 26%. These are the gains just today in 24 hours. It continues to go up. You know what the worst performer is? The worst performer in the portfolio is Litecoin, and it's up 3% from when we bought it back in late July. That's the worst performer. And of course, Toss, again, thank you for Render. Appreciate that suggestion. Render, we're up 89% on our Render buy. 89%. Matic has now moved up to up 45%. It's like these are all, it's all, everyone is in the green. 21% on our Doge, 40% on our Bitcoin. So this is all profit. It's all in profit. So we're up 26%, and this will just continue to grow, I think. Now, if you want to, again, this portfolio here is the Kriss Pax live stream DCA portfolio, of which we bought many of this crypto, much of this crypto we bought live during live stream. If you guys remember back in July, I'd go into Coinbase and we'd buy it live right during the stream. And all of those videos are on my channel if you want to check them out. Because we were having fun doing it, growing this portfolio, and hopefully we'll hit the top of the bull market when we sell. And again, like I said, I'm not going to sell the Dogecoin. I'm going to sell all the others. We're going to sell all the others. And then the Dogecoin is going to be distributed. I'm going to transfer the Dogecoin to you guys. To you guys. At whatever price is when we decide we're selling everything. We're going to sell everything else. We're going to lock down the Doge price at that time. Right? I keep half the profits, and the other half goes to you guys. You that join my channel. You have to join the YouTube channel. Again, to join the YouTube channel is hitting this join button on the YouTube channel right there. Join, become a member. You can use fun emojis in the chat. You get a check mark next to your name. Your name's in green. And you will be getting Dogecoin from me at the top of the bull market. We won't hit exactly the top, but when we decide that that's pretty good. That's a pretty good deal. Now, you can subscribe to me, and I certainly appreciate that. Subscribe, like the stream. Always like the likes. If you haven't hit the like yet, hit that. Please subscribe. Like that. Subscribing is good. But if you want Dogecoin from this portfolio, from me, that I'm going to be giving out. And as we continue to watch this over the next year, this portfolio is going to continue to grow and grow and grow. That's what we think. Because we're done buying. I put in $10,000 of my money, right? $10,000 just to prove a point that in the bear market, you just DCA and you buy the coins you want at whatever the price is. And we did all of our buying July, August, September is when we did our buying. And now we have this portfolio filled. We're 44% Dogecoin in the portfolio because, I mean, this is a Doge channel, right? We think Dogecoin is going to at least 5x, right? That'd be nice to see 500% right there under Doge. But we think it's going to go even more. I mean, look at this. Our average buy price is 6.1 cents on our Dogecoin. 6.1. Dogecoin goes to 60% or 60 cents, I mean. That's a pretty sweet profit. So that's what we're talking about. And again, that was all just based on the 4-year cycles. Did we hit them all at the bottom? No. But pretty close. Pretty close. We were buying these. And now they're all in the green. They're all in profit. So it's all good from here. I'm excited about it. I mean, that was part of the reason to do it too, was the excitement on the channel and just showing what you could do. So have a plan, self-control. Yes, it's hard during bear markets. It was a long bear market. It was definitely a long bear market. And it was tough seeing prices go down, especially on things that you bought that you thought, yeah, it's going to go up from here, and it goes down, and those big dips, oh, they hurt. But Vamps asks, how do I put my wallet on CoinMarket? So on CoinMarketCap, I did not attach a wallet. I did it by hand, because you can go in for each coin and you can go into actions over here, and then you add a transaction, a buy or sell. And that's the way I did it. With each purchase we made, as soon as that purchase was done, then after the live stream that night, I put the transaction in by hand to mirror what we actually bought at what price. And I just did it all by hand. Took a little while, but again, we only made like 3 or 4 purchases every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So, and that's how the portfolio got into CoinMarketCap. But it's really neat. I mean, I have another CoinMarketCap account that has all my personal crypto in it, and I follow it the same way. I know exactly what my percentages are of all of the coins that I own, and I know what the performance is, what's in profit, what isn't, and I can see it really quick. So I think it's the CoinMarketCap portfolio is pretty good. They do have a way you can attach a wallet to it, but if you've got multiple cryptos, then you're attaching all of these wallets to CoinMarketCap. Do you really want to do that? I decided I'll just put them in my hand. So that's what I did. I don't know much about TA, but Doge looks ready to explode, right? Cup and handles, bull flags, all of that. You know, there's some good TA channels on YouTube that get into all that. I don't really do all of that. I look more at what the news is, where the price is. I look at some indicators, like I will look at into the block, for instance, and on into the block, it will show you like in cryptocurrencies, like what's in the market, or in the money and out of the money. Like right now, Bitcoin is 78% green. Only 18% of Bitcoin wallets are in the red. But look at Dogecoin. About 50% green, 42%. So it's about half and half, close to half and half on Doge right now. But you get some of these, I'll go to load more. You get some of these and they're just like so underwater. It's not even funny. Got a long ways to go on some of these. Load some more. Where's a big red one? I guess because we've had some big runs, those that were like mostly red, like Cardano. Cardano is now moved up. So it's 30% in the green. But when Cardano was down at like 24 cents, it was only like 3% or 4% were in the green. But Cardano has moved up. So I watch stuff like that. And again, some of the sentiment stuff, just what's going on. Looks like Matic is slowing down now, turning more bearish. So that's the kind of stuff that I look at. Look at Doge, 7.6. Moving up. Yeah, I've got some news on BTC ETFs. We'll get to that in a minute. When is Doge going to get back to 20 cents? Gus, I hope it is soon. I don't think it's going to happen this year, though. I would look for January. So I would look for January 2024 for that. We'll see. Dogecoin allows you to accumulate, doesn't allow you to FOMO in. When it goes up fast. We've seen that. Now, we don't know. Depends on what the news is. on whether it goes up fast and then crashes fast, or whether it goes up fast and keeps going. That's the one where you got to be careful, not playing games about trying to swing trade it. You got to be careful with that, because you could be in the middle of a swing trade, be out of a bunch of Doge, and then the Doge price just keeps going up. It's like the liquidations. I mean, here's the liquidations. I mean, look at them today. Almost $56 million in Bitcoin shorts liquidated. People betting on the price of Bitcoin to go down today. And what did Bitcoin's price do? It went up. So this big move that Bitcoin made here this afternoon just liquidated like unbelievable amount of shorts. And look what's happening live right now. More shorts getting liquidated. People shorting Bitcoin right now, and they're getting liquidated because people think here Bitcoin up to 37.8 now is going to drop down, and they're betting on the price of Bitcoin to go down, and so they're opening up shorts. And if Bitcoin just keeps moving up, then the shorts that are just opening up right now are going to get liquidated. So do you really want to bet on the price of Bitcoin going down? Do you want to bet on the price of Doge going down? That's gambling. You don't know what this is going to do. I mean, look at this run. Some will say, oh, it's overbought now. It's guaranteed to go down. Is it? Do you know that? So be careful, because you can see it right now. The shorts are happening right now. Someone just lost $114,000. Just got liquidated at 37,842. More. Look at all these Bitcoin shorts just getting liquidated. This is happening right now. This is live. This is on CoinGlass. You can go to coinglass.com. You can go into the liquidation data, and you can see it yourself. It's happening live. Liquidations. Be careful out there, guys. Someone just lost $2,000 on ETH at 2,066 on a short. There's some big losses too. You can go here to value, and you can say, I'll only want to see everything over 100K. And it'll say here at 1742, right? Well, that's not too long ago. That's this minute at some point in time. Someone lost $379,000. 114,000, 208,000. Somebody had a short on Sandbox, lost $112,000. It's like, what? Craziness. But then you can go in and you can say, well, let me just look at Doge, right? You can click on Doge and you can see the last big short position that someone lost 7.55. Someone got liquidated here earlier. This was at about 20 minutes ago. $239,000 in Doge they lost. So that's today's. So craziness. And look at it. Look at Bitcoin move now. It just jumped again just now. Woohoo! Let's go. Let's go. Bitcoin rally this week? Yes. Dogecoin rally this week? Yes. Kriss likes this. Squeeze out those shorts. Just keep moving up. I love it. I love it. Because I'm not playing those games. I'm holding for higher prices. I'll take higher prices any day. I know some of you, oh, I want to buy more. I hope it dips so I can get more at a lower price. Well, what have you been doing? Because we've been here buying Dogecoin down at 6 cents. I don't know. I shouldn't say that, because you might have money now that you didn't have, a couple months ago. And I get it, right? I just bought some more Dogecoin at 7.1, right? And that wasn't 6 cents, but I had more money now. So I bought some more now. I didn't buy a lot more. I just occasionally buy. So longing Doge now. I can smell a parabolic bull run. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Doge to $1. Yep. Yeah, and a lot more unique Doge users will come in as well, especially when it gets out there, like the big Doge 1 mission for SpaceX. That will broadcast the Doge name out there to more new investors, more new buyers coming in, buying Dogecoin. Yes. What are my thoughts on Litecoin? You know, William, Litecoin is just a laggard right now. It's just not doing much. It's just going to generally follow the market. At some point in time, Litecoin will go on a run of its own, but I imagine it'll get up near $100 again. That's my guess on Litecoin. Here's the Litecoin chart now. 4.7 cent gain here. That's good. It's hitting my resistance here at $74. This is my resistance line that I've had for Litecoin here for some time. Yeah, we were just over it here on Sunday before the drop, and now we're coming back up and hitting 74. So, but yeah, if we continue a bullish rally, again, a pre-bull market, I'm calling this. Yeah, Litecoin could be up back close to $100 by the end of the year. Jason says, love the liquidations. So do I. I'm just like, guys, especially the shorters. What are you doing? Especially Dogecoin. Don't short Dogecoin. Get out of here with that. Get out of here with that. Love it. Big green candles moving up. Love it. Smash the like button. Thank you, Crypto Burger. Appreciate it. I don't say that enough. I get all wrapped up in, in the news. With that, we've got, I haven't played any of my little clips yet here. We've got our Dogecoin clip. Dogecoin! Oh, we got that one. That's a fun one. And we've got Elon. To the moon! We've got Elon to the moon, of course. And what's another good one to have now? We're all excited. How about gonna take Dogecoin to the moon?
We're gonna take Dogecoin to the moon.
All right, there's my clips. If you guys want to see any more clips, let me know. Always having fun with clips. I got a lot of clips here that we can play. Someone asked about SHIB, Doge and SHIB. So Dogecoin versus SHIB, which meme coin is more profitable for holders? Well, this is the first problem, is the word coin. Again, as you guys know who have heard me before, SHIB is not a coin, right? Dogecoin is the meme coin. There are no other meme coins. Dogecoin is the only one. Everything else, they're meme tokens. So that's the first thing. SHIB, token, not a coin. It just bugs me, especially when crypto people who know better say things like that. That always bugs me. Like Ben Armstrong just bugs me. He put it in his book. I don't know if you guys, I'm sorry. And I did buy, it's actually a good book, Catching Up to Crypto. I got it. I was actually going to go see Ben when he came to Boston, but it was like 5 below zero that day. And I was just like, yeah, I'm not going. Because it'd be cool to have Ben sign the book, right? And to meet him. But he's got a whole thing on here where he talks about coins and tokens, and he's wrong. It's the only thing I don't like about this book is he gets it wrong. But that's my beef with Ben, is on that. But it's a good book, actually, for some of the history of Bitcoin and crypto. It's a good kind of overview without getting too much into the weeds. I think he does a good job. So anyway, I recommend the book. And there's no, I don't get anything out of saying that. But this thing reminds me of that, this coins and tokens thing. But that's just my own pet peeve, that I do. Well, without getting into all the detail here, in the past month, Doge is up 24%, SHIB is up 21%, but each is going to go on a run at some point in time. We don't know when that is. Doge is going to go on a run. SHIB is going to go on a run. We don't know when. That's what I say. So all these people saying, like James on Invest Answers, right? Like has all of these, like his beloved Solana and a lot of these other cryptos, are outperforming Doge and SHIB is like way over, negative. Well, someday SHIB is going to take off, and I have some SHIB this time. So when SHIB takes off, I've got the SHIB, and I'm gonna sell it. I'm gonna sell it. Not Doge. I'm gonna layer out, like take little bits, 5 to 10% here and there when Doge goes up. But SHIB, it's gonna hit a price again. I don't know what that price is yet, but when it hits a price, I'm just selling it all, and then I'll take all of that and I'll rotate it into something else. Most likely Doge. If the SHIB run happens before the Doge run, I'll rotate it into Doge. So. Yeah, Your Voices asks, coin versus token. And that Doge Bull says Dogecoin is the only meme coin. That is correct. So the difference between a coin and a token. Dogecoin. Dogecoin has its own blockchain. Okay? Dogecoin has its own blockchain. When Billy Marcus coded Dogecoin, he was doing it off of a fork. Was initially a fork of the Bitcoin code, because Bitcoin was open source. Bitcoin's code is out there, open source. And that's Litecoin was built off of the Bitcoin code. Litecoin also has its own blockchain. And Litecoin was made to be a cheaper Bitcoin. Bitcoin, a max of 21 million coins. Litecoin, a max of, I want to say 184. Do I have that right? Guys, am I right? Litecoin, 184. There's now 73 million. No, it's 84 million. Sorry, not 184. Max supply, 84 million Litecoins. Let me get this out of the way. Sorry, voices. Here's the Litecoin supply, 84 million Litecoin. So 4 times as many Litecoin as there are Bitcoin. So this was meant to be the smaller, and they changed the hash on it for a different kind of mining for Litecoin. So there was a fork somebody did of Litecoin to Lucky Coin, and then Billy Marcus actually forked Lucky Coin when he was investigating cryptos and blockchains and getting into it back in 2013. He made his own cryptocurrency called Bells. He told me this when we were chatting a couple of years ago. And then when he made Dogecoin, he actually used the Bells code and just changed the name and the font. And then eventually, after it was released, they actually went back into the code and they changed the supply and the mining rewards. But it is a code that is its own blockchain. It creates its own blockchain. And as the coins are bought, sold, or transferred, right? Those are all on the blockchain. All of those transactions are on the Dogecoin blockchain. And then all of those transactions are verified by miners. The mining verifies the transactions on the blockchain, which keeps the blockchain secure. That's a coin. There's not a lot of coins anymore. Ethereum used to be a coin. Now it's a token. They transitioned from proof of work to proof of stake. Okay, so there's no more mining of Ethereum. But between Bitcoin Litecoin, Ethereum Classic. There's still an Ethereum Classic that is a proof of work cryptocurrency. There's Dogecoin. Caspa, the new Caspa, which is the darling now, it has its own blockchain. It's actually a coin. And there is mining for Caspa. I don't know the details of mining. I started to get into mining a little bit, but I didn't go and buy an ASIC, card to do real mining. But we can do our Dogecoin mining clip right here. So that's all about mining, right? So you mine Dogecoin. It's got its own coin. It's got its own blockchain. SHIB. SHIB was made as a token. So SHIB is an ERC20 token, which is built on Ethereum. So in order to buy SHIB, when it first started, you had to basically use Ethereum gas to swap and buy SHIB tokens. That's how it started. So that was on Uniswap. And that's the only place you could get SHIB when it first started, is that. But SHIB does not have its own blockchain. It's just a little piece of code where the token is created on top of the Ethereum blockchain. So the difference being that when a token is created, it has a piece of code. Sometimes that code is locked, sometimes it's not. The number of tokens on some can be changed or manipulated in different ways. And of course, they made, I don't know how many tokens for SHIB off the top of my head, what the max supply is of SHIB tokens. Let's see what it says here. It doesn't list it here on CoinMarketCap. Yeah, so that's the difference between generally a coin and a token, is that. Okay, high level. You can get into more of the detail of that, but that's the high level. How far am I in Elon's book? I'm still early. I haven't had time. So anybody wondering, this is my other book that I've got here. Current is Elon Musk. I am, where am I? PayPal. I'm in PayPal. So I got a ways to go. That's chapter 13. I got a ways to go. It's a big book. Got a lot going on, but it's good. It's good so far to read. Some of that history I knew, but there's little tidbits here and there that you're like, oh, that's pretty cool. SHIB is now a legit, I'll call it a token, right? Now that it has its own blockchain, Shibarium. The token, let me think. I don't think the token rests on Shibarium. I'm not sure of that. Some other people in the SHIB world know much more than I do. But my understanding is that Shibarium was created for other devs to come in and build on the Shibarium blockchain. But SHIB itself, the token SHIB, I don't think lives on Shibarium. It still lives on Ethereum, and there's a lot of other tokens that have been given out on other blockchains that are traded, actively traded. But I don't think it's on Shibarium. I might be wrong, but hit the like. Thank you. Appreciate that. And of course, Mars, Doge is better than the rest of cryptos. And we love the dogs and memes too, like Elon does. And yes, it is fun. Sergio, hey, thanks for the info. Doge bag growing 3 times since last year. DCA is down, coins are up. Still think we're going to pull back in January down to the low 6s. You really think so? There are some people that still have low limit buy orders down at like 4 cents and 3 cents. And I'm just like, you've got your USDT or whatever just sitting on an exchange waiting for a limit order that's never going to come. It's never going to come. So you decide whether you want to buy some at 7 cents or buy none at all. Again, not a financial advisor, and I don't know for sure that we're not going to see a dip down to 6 cents or the low sixes. No guarantees there. But right now, I mean, look what's going on. It's just all, you know, we had a little dip. I mean, look at Bitcoin though. You think Bitcoin is gonna drop? That's the only way Doge would drop down to the low sixes if we had Bitcoin coming back down to like 25K from 37K where it is now. I don't see that happening. This is bullish to me, this Bitcoin chart. I mean, just look at this. It started to retrace back down, came back, hit 35K, turned around, right back up. So that is very strong pre-bull market trading right there for Bitcoin. And then of course, like you have, like here's Algorand, right? Algorand dips down in August, straight bear market all the way through like 21 October, and then boom, all of a sudden Algo starts to take off. And where were we buying Algorand? We were buying it back here. Some in August, some in September. So our average is at 10 cents for Algo, and now it's up to 14, and it's just going to keep going, I think. So I also believe it's headed down to 5 cents. Jack. Oh, the negativity. Yep, still doing Doge videos, Ryan. How are you? Still here. Can't get rid of me. Still here. All year, we had 3-month cycles, 2 months pump, 1 month pullback, reaching the top of December gains, but pullback afterwards. There will be pullbacks. Yes, we will have pullbacks. Bitcoin will have pullbacks, but it's not going to be any huge drops. I don't see that. There's all this anticipation for these spot ETFs. Now, when are they going to happen? Well, we've got Cathie Wood. Cathie Wood of ARK Invests. Right now, her base case scenario for Bitcoin is going to be hitting $600,000 of Bitcoin. $600,000 of Bitcoin. But she says, when are the spot ETFs going to be approved? And she goes into this and she's saying, looking at the SEC's behavior, you know, you put in when ARK put in their first few filings, they were rejected out of hand, no questions. But interactions changed this year, and now the engagement has improved. SEC is asking incisive questions, showing a deeper understanding of the industry. So Cathie thinks that they're not going to just approve one, and hers is the first one that's going to be up for its final deadline. I'll show you that in a minute. And what Cathie says is, what we think could happen is that by that time, they will approve, but not just one. It will be a number of us because they don't want to pick winners. So that's the SEC she's talking about. And so we have this chart here. And this chart has the ARK21 Bitcoin ETF and its final deadline, January 10th. So this is the video I made a few weeks ago where I said, when is the start of the real bull market? And I say it's January 10th. Now, what happens the week after that? Right now, that is the new tentative schedule for the Doge 1 mission with SpaceX. It's the week after that. January 2024 is looking like it is going to be awesome. Cannot wait. If this really happens, it's going to be awesome. Now, Sergio says, buy the rumor, sell the news. Yeah, there are some thinking that, you know, the BlackRocks and the ARKs and the Fidelities and all of them have already been accumulating Bitcoin when the Bitcoin price was down lower, which would make sense if they were accumulating down here, you know, in 27, 28 as opposed to 37. That would make sense. But that was all at risk, right? Not knowing that their ETF would actually be getting approved or not. But even that, it was a good bet for them because look, it's already gone up 10K, you know, from 27 to 37. So for a BlackRock, that's a pretty good return on your investment if you don't get the ETF. So they can't lose. They can't lose. So that's my prediction. If you want my true, honest prediction, is January 2024 is going to be the start of the real bull market. Not that this isn't bad. I mean, look at Bitcoin's price. It just keeps going up. Well, that's pretty good. But Kathy Wood's saying, what? $600,000 Bitcoin? This could be glorious. I mean, just epic. And we are early. All of us are early. Now, you might think, oh, I already missed out, right? I didn't buy Dogecoin for less than a penny when I could have then. But you know what? This could be early too. So that's what I think. We are still in it early. I mean, we bought Bitcoin here. Not a lot, but we have Bitcoin in our portfolio here, and our average price is 26,000 for our Bitcoin right here. Well, if Bitcoin goes up to 600,000, I mean, what's a return on that? That's pretty good. I would say buying Bitcoin at 26,000 was early if Bitcoin is going to go up to 600,000. People are going to be saying, wow, you bought Bitcoin at 26K? And we'll be like, yep. We did. It's right there. Just like our Dogecoin, it's 6 cents right there. So that's what we're talking about. Holy Light, thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it. Sheeb's original supply was 1 quadrillion. Yeah, and they sent half to Vitalik, and he burned it. Yes, because he didn't want anything to do with it. That early dev was trying to make Sheeb happen by giving a huge chunk of it to Vitalik and saying that Vitalik was involved and he had nothing to do with it. Thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it. Now, CoinMarketCap says that there is there's still 589 trillion. Right? Is that the number they had? Yeah, 589 trillion. So that's more than half of the quadrillion. So maybe it wasn't half, or maybe there was more than a quadrillion that was created. I'm not sure. But CoinMarketCap says circulating supply is 589 trillion. That's a lot of tokens. That's a lot of tokens. Craziness in crypto, right? Craziness in crypto. You think Bitcoin will only be 100K PT max and then dump? I think once it starts getting close to 100K, there's going to be some heavy selling. We saw that when Ethereum Classic was trading up near $100 a couple of years ago. And it just couldn't get above 100. It kept selling off and selling off and selling off. And eventually it broke through, came up above 100. And then a couple of days later, it just dumped. So yeah, it could be something like that. We could see that. Yeah, don't scalp in a bull market. Absolutely. Don't scalp in a bull market. Don't have much else in news. I mean, Kevin O'Leary's talking about an 18-month wait for a spot Bitcoin ETF approval, but you look at this and it says the final deadline for ARKs is January 2024, which is less than 2 months away. So I don't know what final deadline means versus what Kevin O'Leary is saying, an 18-month wait. I mean, I don't want to wait 18 months. I want this to go. But don't know. His 18 months, he said it somewhere down here. Yeah, he's talking about exchanges needing to be a compliant crypto exchange. But this is all to support himself. This is all what Kevin O'Leary is doing. So I don't believe this. I go with this. January 10th, 2024. And the SEC is engaged. They're talking to these companies. They're making them refile with updates based on those conversations. That is happening. So would they deny this? It'd be really hard to deny a spot Bitcoin ETF at this point in the game. It would be really hard because now you've got all the other institutions in there. Gary Genza would lose his job. He'd lose his job. Do I have a Gary clip? I think I have a Gary clip. Oh yeah, here's a Gary clip.
And I'm looking out for the American investor. And I'm looking out for the American investor.
Gary says he's looking after the American investor. Huh. I don't see it. I don't see it. So, yeah, when's the last time Elon said the word Doge? I think it was last summer. There was a post where he said Doge, but that was the last one. So Jason and Curtis, yeah, Gary. Yeah, that's my Gary clip there.
And I'm looking out for the American investor.
Gary's not looking after the American investor. Like, why was he talking to Sam Bankman-Fried all those times about FTX exchange? If he was really having good conversations with SBF about the FTX exchange and how it can be compliant with SEC laws, I mean, he asked the wrong questions though, or SBF just totally like lied to him and he went for it. Just craziness. Okay, guys, that's where we are tonight. I'll be having a video tomorrow, and then on Friday we'll be live again. One thing I wanted to ask you guys on Friday: should I still do 5 o'clock or 10 o'clock, or should I do 5 o'clock? Yeah, let's do a poll here. Let's do this. What time should I be live on Friday night? Let's see. 10 o'clock? 7 o'clock? Why can't I say 5 o'clock? Well, I'll just make it 5 for this time. I don't know why yes, no is automatic. I don't do polls normally. Oh, I get it now. 10 o'clock. I got it now. I don't do enough of these polls. 7. Hold on. I'm getting there. 5. And the poll will have it for the guys that are here. So there it is. So I'll stay on for a few minutes more here while you guys fill out the poll here. Because I've been doing these 10 o'clock ones, but not getting a lot of people. Maybe it's too late. Maybe it's too late on a Friday. So I want to hear what you guys think. Because I could do 5 o'clock, I could do 7 or 10. So Knockstar says that you want to be very careful with Doge investments. Again, we're anticipating some things that could happen with Dogecoin and use of Dogecoin as currency going forward. Dogecoin most likely is going to continue to follow the crypto market. Like whatever Bitcoin does, Dogecoin is going to most likely follow it, pretty close to following it. So if we think Bitcoin is going to go up in price, Dogecoin is most likely also going to go up in price. Maybe not quite the same percentage as Bitcoin, but as Bitcoin trades generally, so does the rest of the crypto market. Now, will Dogecoin outperform Bitcoin? That will be if one of these catalysts happens, such as SpaceX, Tesla, and X Twitter. So now, yes, Elon didn't do a Halloween tweet. So what, right? Elon, I think Elon's maybe being a little careful right now. I mean, he does still have this lawsuit against him that hasn't been thrown out yet. So maybe he is being a little careful on that end. Maybe his attorneys have said, hey, Elon, cool it on the Doge right now. But he goes on these podcasts, right? And he wears these like Doge t-shirts. The last one with Lex was a Mars t-shirt, but he does little winks and nods. And I think he still has on his Twitter, doesn't he still have, where's Elon? Doesn't he still have the D? Yeah, he still has the D right there. Still has the Doge D right there on his location. So I think that's his little wink and nod to the Doge community. Haven't forgotten about you guys. So I don't know. I'm not worried about it. And I got a lot of Doge. So again, I'm not worried about it. But all these Doge YouTubers hyping a coin that's name has been mentioned. Be very careful. Well, yep. If Elon says the word Doge, we'll see a pump. Right. But then it will automatically dump too, unless there's utility behind it. Then it'll keep pumping. That's what it needs. And that's where I think X Twitter comes in, is Dogecoin is payments. I just think to do all of the things that Elon wants to do on the X Twitter app, as far as payments, and to do it across multiple countries, internationally, around the world, he's going to have a tough time doing it in fiat currency. He's going to have a really tough time dealing with all these different currencies of all these different countries. Crypto takes care of that. I mean, China and WeChat is able to do all the payments there because it's just the one. It's just that country. It's not international. It's just in China. Now, if Elon did payments on X Twitter and it was only for United States, and you can only do payments if you're, in the United States dealing with dollars, yeah, he could probably start with something like that. But if he wanted it to be international, which is what he's saying, it's Dogecoin. It's Doge. That's what I think. Transactions, super cheap. The Bitcoin maxis are talking about using Bitcoin on the Lightning Network on X Twitter. Elon has never talked about the Lightning Network. He does, like at the beginning of the stream, I did say that that quote of his, if he likes Bitcoin, he does. And he used Bitcoin for a while for Tesla cars, but he stopped that and he hasn't restarted it yet. So 5 o'clock West Coast will still be working. Yeah, that's true. 9 or 10 for Mars. Yeah, we'll see. That D is for Doge, not stars. That is the Doge D on the Elon Musk. That is the Doge D right there. Take a look at it. I wish I could zoom in here. I don't have that program where you can zoom in, but take a look at it on X Twitter. That's the Doge D. We all know it. A D doesn't mean anything else but Doge. So I'm in Boston. That's where I am, guys. I am in Boston. Right now, we've got a battle between 10 o'clock and 5 o'clock. So no one likes 7. I used to have it 7, but that's got the least amount. So yeah, it's between 10 and 5. Well, I'll probably just keep it at 10 o'clock for now until something else changes. Who knows? But yeah, you guys are used to me being late on Friday night, so I can still do late. So 10 o'clock it is. Just got another vote. There it is. So we'll stick for 10 o'clock. That does help the West Coasters. For those that are in Europe, it's a little late for you guys. But yeah, I understand it, Knockstars. You're a little skeptical. I just look at this Doge chart. Now, let's go to the weekly here. And we're like, we know Doge went on this huge meteoric rise April and May of 2021. And then it just got shorted all the hell down. And there was all that backlash too after Saturday Night Live and all of that. At the same time, Tesla had stopped accepting payments with Bitcoin, which crashed Bitcoin. So the whole market went crashing down in June of 2021. So all of that happened, and that was bad. That was bad, especially for the price of Doge. It did drop hard. There's no doubt. But it traded back up to 35 cents. So that's my 35-cent line right there. And that was in August of 2021. That's where I can see Doge trading with all the excitement coming back up to 35 cents, which is why I was saying I would take my first like 5 or 10% little bit of profit at 35 cents. But it can come back up to 74 cents and even up to $1 if it's actually being used on a platform like X Twitter. If that really happens, Doge will be huge. So I'll wait for that. I will wait for that. I used to have a 24/7 live stream. If you guys don't remember that, I did have that for a while. When we're in the bull run, I'll have longer streams where we can get together for longer period of time, especially over the weekend. I just couldn't. I just couldn't keep that running all the time. So yeah, that 35 cents is just my first scalp. And again, my first scalp is Dogecoin that I bought back in January of 2021 for 2 cents. So that's the profit. And I hope to do that in 2024 so that I'm not taking all of my profits in 2025 because I'm just going to get killed on taxes. I'd like to spread it out a little bit. Again, we'll talk about taxes in December. I'm going to do a crypto tax live stream, and we'll get into some great conversations. And I know you guys are like, taxes, what's he talking about taxes for? But we got to live with it. So we'll be talking taxes in December. For now, look at where Dogecoin is. It looks like it's retracing just a little bit after hitting 765, and Bitcoin again. Again, this is just a 15-minute chart, so it looks like Bitcoin might have topped off on today's little run, but you never know. Asia starts up trading and it could just take off. It's just early in the morning in Asia now. That's the beauty of crypto, right? International, around the world, 24/7 trading. So, all right, gang. Hey, have a good evening, everybody. Always like, subscribe, and join the channel if you haven't joined so that you can get some Dogecoin from me. We'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.